Cloud.
Thank you for doing this with us, by the way.
Of course. Thanks for the opportunity. And thank you so much for your help. Your testimony was perfect. It just couldn't have been better. And I know it really helped its passage. So we're so grateful for your support.
All right, good. Well, we're recording, and with us we have Representative Megan Godfrey from Springdale and Geovanny Sarmiento with the Rogers Lowell Chamber. We had they worked together this past week to get some legislation passed on bilingual education. It was very important, and it was an interesting enough bill and a good debate that it warranted us to sit down and visit with Megan about it. So Megan, you had some good news today on the bill. Give us a little bit of a status where we're at on that and kind of how we got here.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for the opportunity, Jon and Geovanny. Thank you for your support from the get-go on this important piece of legislation. House Bill 1451 allows school districts to adopt bilingual or dual immersion programs. And I can get a little bit into the details if you'd like. But basically, these programs just promote bilingualism, which we see as an asset. You know, bilingualism, whether you're a native English speaker or a speaker of another language and learning English, makes you more competitive in the workforce and more culturally competent. And that's why I know it's garnered your interest and your support. I'm grateful for that. On last Thursday, we presented in committee. Geovanny came down to Little Rock, gave such a compelling testimony, not only from his business perspective, but also his perspective as a language learner himself and as a father. And it was just really, really great to hear so many facets of the benefits of this bill. So I'm grateful for his partnership and his leadership on this issue. Today it was on the House floor and it passed with 63 votes. It moves on to the Senate committee. We look forward to continuing the positive momentum. I think there will continue to be some questions around it. Obviously, you want 100 votes, and to get 63 is good, but that does show there's a little bit of opposition or some questions that remain. And so I think as we move forward to the Senate, I'm happy to continue to answer those questions, to clear up any confusion, or just to continue to advocate for the importance of bilingualism, and that we do see that as an asset in our schools.
Geovanny, your testimony last week was pretty compelling, like Megan mentioned. Give us a little bit of the background on your testimony and the importance of this legislation for the community as we get it passed, and hopefully we will get it done in the Senate end as well. But rehash a little bit of your backstory on that in your testimony.
Of course, thank you, and thank you, Representative Godfrey, for everything that you're doing. Thank you. I mean, I'm humble for even you inviting me to come and testify. I'm trying to do my part, being that I am bilingual. I live in a household, like I share in front of the committee. I'm in a biracial relationship with kids that are being raised with both cultures. And it is so important, not only for me and my family, but for our community, because as we can see, especially here in our region, and, Representative Godfrey, you being a trailblazer for everything that you have done so far and all the success that you have had in the legislation, starting, back in 2 years ago, right, where you passed that very important legislation, helping, our community, and now you're embracing again and bringing it forward again. So that to me, it speaks volumes of your leadership. So thank you very much. And why is it important for our community is, the fact, I think Representative Godfrey said it best, the fact that, being bilingual, it helps tremendously. The research is out there. It helps with your brain development. It's not that it's going to make you smarter, but it's going to allow you to work your brain muscles to retain information and to be that more efficient about how you go about learning. So again, I don't have to preach it because the research is out there. It was very well presented by all other people that testified that day. But also, the fact that we live in a globalized economy, and we have employers here that are looking for that type of talent. And also, in our school districts, we look at how Springdale Rogers school districts they make out of the population of the students and how diverse they have become. We need to employ teachers that are willing and able to and ready to teach these courses and to take on the challenges that are presenting themselves day in and day out in our school districts. So this will help tremendously with not just that, but also continue to move our region forward to provide those students with the opportunities that they so deserve to be learners of different languages, because that's going to position them in a way, like I just had my personal experience with many opportunities.
Thanks, Gio. Thanks for your testimony on that bill. And I watched it the other day, and we'll just start calling you the ringer. I mean, just come in, you're the last one to testify, and then they passed it right out of the committee. So
It was the perfect. It was just
we could rent you out to several organizations that would probably
Oh gosh.
testify for their bills, you know.
I don't think if that had any effect. I think that was pure luck that I was at the end. But anyway, you know, whatever I can do to help advance, you know, what's so much needed in our community, and working with people like Representative Godfrey is such a delight, because she's so prepared all the time. She knows, you know, all the issues, and she knows how to answer all these tough questions better than I can. So I think she reserves a lot of the credit.
Okay, and there was one other bill that was kind of right behind your bill today in the House. That was a couple of years ago. You were instrumental in getting the DACA nurses bill passed, and this was basically a DACA teachers bill that passed this year. I know it wasn't your bill, but would you like to talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
So simple.
Yes, absolutely. I'm thrilled that the DACA teachers bill passed as well. I was a co-sponsor on the bill, and it was pretty much identical in language to the DACA nurses bill from 2019. I think the success of that bill has just really garnered a lot of attention and support across party lines. And so I was really grateful to Representative Vaught for kind of taking the leadership on the DACA teachers issue this time around. I think, you know, because of the success, especially with the pandemic and the need for nurses, it just became even more motivating and compelling to pass a bill for another area that we, you know, continue to see needs and see shortages. And so it was nice to kind of pair those bills together, even though, you know, we didn't necessarily intend them to go together. But I think individuals who came to testify for one were also interested in the other. So it was nice to kind of see lots of broad support around both of those bills, really because of that kind of expansion of opportunity, inclusion, considering diverse learners and diverse needs. And I think it was a great day for both bills.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And they're both on their way to the Senate, and hopefully
Both passed out of the House today.
Yeah, and we'll get them over there and have a similar result and get it on the governor's desk, and we'll start having some bilingual kids and maybe have some DACA teachers to help them learn.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a perfect pair.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And John, you know, we have to say it, right? We have to make sure the community understand that at least for all the school districts in the directors that I had an opportunity to discuss these, they have a shortage of this type of talent, and they're all willing and ready and able to hire them, right? So it's not that because of this we're going to have a negative impact on all the other teachers. All the school districts continue to hire because again our population continues to grow, and they have a tremendous need when it comes to reflecting the communities that they serve. Both Springdale and Rogers, for example, they have a tremendous amount of representation in the Latinx community, and that's even above 50% right now. So we have a very, very huge need to continue moving forward, continue adding the representation that is so much needed, because students learn better from people that speak like them and look like them. So great bill today. I'm very excited, and thank you again for that leadership.
Of course, glad to do it.
Well, thank you for joining us, Megan, and hopefully the session will end sooner rather than later. I know you're ready to get back home, but
as long as we can get these two things done,
Yes.
Well, it's been a different session for sure. You've been down there without COVID and now with the COVID, how y'all are dealing with that. So Yeah, it's totally different. Yeah, this is hopefully something we'll continue where we visit with individual legislators on legislation that's a benefit to the business community in Northwest Arkansas, the regional business community. And your bill, Megan, and the bill we just talked about are very beneficial to the regional business community. So we appreciate your efforts on bringing the issue forward. Wish you success over on the Senate side. If you need help in passing it over there, you just let us know and we'd be glad to help you. So
I may have to have Geovanny come back. He did such a
well, he know he's got it. We got maps here at the chamber. We can get him a map to Little Rock. So that's, but
it would be an honor again to help you in any way.
yeah. Well, once we get the date confirmed, I really will follow up because your testimony was just so great. So I'd love to have you back.
all right. Well, thank you both. Thanks, Geovanny. Thanks, Megan. We'll end there, but best of luck to you for the rest of the session, and we'll get this out there, and hopefully it will do some good. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks for your partnership.